Well, hey, time to get in touch with the third member of our team here tonight. You know her, you love her. It's Brhett Vickery.
3 years ago, almost today, the Virginia Tech Hokies were here in the Vines for the Midnight Mayhem event, where they took out the Flames in 3 dominating sets, and that match would now be referred to as the Virginia Massacre.
You're your fried pickles guy, Brhett Vickery, now standing by with some fried pickles.
Brett, I'm all about the promotions at the rink. They had Santa hats, as you can see at the door, and then fried pickles. I'm more of a deep dish pizza kind of girl, being from Chicago.
I have a feeling, Brett, you brought the snow with you from Chicago.
I really didn't. This is the first time I've seen snow all winter. It didn't snow while I was home, and now it's here now that I've come back. Over the course of the past month, like you had said, Brett, the Flames have had some extensive travel plans. 14 flights, 9 different airports, 20 nights stayed in a hotel. So after all that travel, Coach Green gives his team a solid B if he were to grade how they did managing travel over the course of this month. He says, of course, you know, delays had happened, stuff like that, but in those situations, you have to be flexible. You could blame it on the travel, you could blame it on the youth, you could blame it even on missed shots. But regardless, today, the Flames are ecstatic to be home.
And it's Princess Day here, and I thought, you know, our own princess, Brhett Vickery, would dress up, but no.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to outdo the other princesses, but
okay.
They're welcome in my castle for right now. I don't have any children, but I'm sure you and Kelly can attest to this, and I can as well from experience of my dad coaching me, is that when you coach your own kid, you tend to be a little bit harder on them, and that was the same story for head coach Kenny Brooks for Virginia Tech. He has 2 daughters on his roster, and his eldest, Kendall, originally was committed to JMU when he was over there, and then came on over to Blacksburg to play on his team, and he admits that he was a lot harder on her than he should have been.
Do you like daylight savings time at all?
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, same
because
here.
it throws me off.
Yeah,
I want to go to
exactly.
bed at like 6.
Yeah.
Preach.
I feel ya.
I'm already kind of ready for bed.
Well, hey, time to get in touch with the, I guess, 4th favorite person here at the Vine Center. We got Kraken, and we've got Brhett Vickery.
Okay, thanks for putting me down the list there, Rhett. I'm going to get you for that one later. We've been talking about that game against FGC, that tough loss for the Flames, and you can imagine the initial frustration that was in that locker room after that game. But it's in games like that where it's a difference of 1 offensive possession, 1 defensive stop, even taking away 1 of their 24 turnovers could have changed the outcome of the game for the Flames. And so, very, very tough loss, unfortunately, but Coach Green said he was very proud of his girls because the effort was there. They proved to each other that they can hang with the #1 team in the conference, and you can bet the Flames want the Eagles with them in the conference championship at the end of this. How do you keep the temperament of your guys down?
How do I keep my own temperament down?
Coach, there was a bit of an offensive struggle at the end of the first half. Is it just a matter of shot selection, or how do you get your offense back into a rhythm?
Obviously, I did fried pickles last time. I've low-key taken on fried food critiquing as a side job now, and today it's fried Oreos. And I've had fried Oreos before, but I have very high expectations for the LIC concession stand. There's some powdered sugar, so let me take a nice little bite out of this one. Wow, greasy, gooey.
Now, obviously, a big aspect of volleyball is height. I loved playing volleyball, but once I got to a competitive age, I realized a 5'4" outside hitter probably wouldn't get any recruiting looks. But the Flames have really struggled in years past with height. Not necessarily having tall guys on the team, but the combination of height and athleticism. Scott, you're an alumni now. You started out actually playing volleyball for fun, and then next thing you know, you're playing in front of a crowd like this. Tell me about that transition going from playing recreationally to competitively.
Quinn Brock had a slow start to the season, but as of late, he's just been finding the back of the net. What have you seen in his game that's allowed him to excel?
Yes, I decided to put my travel agent skills to the test because both these teams are headed to the ACHA Nationals in Frisco, Texas, the home of Dr. Pepper and barbecue. So, first, they're going to go to the National Video Game Museum to learn how Chell came into existence, their favorite video game. Then they're going to go to one of the 40 parks in the city, you know, for some childhood nostalgia in the playgrounds and some fresh air. Then Frisco Rough Riders baseball. They have a lazy river in their stadium, so they're going to go there to relax a little bit and watch some ball. Then, finally, Hutchins Barbecue for some Texas protein.
Little cute.
Yes, you have to have some Q in Texas.
Right.
So that travel itinerary was, oh, my pen, paid for by Kirk Handy. If you have a trip to go on, let me know, and I will send you on the vacation of your dreams.
Thank you, Brett.
We said it's Education Day, so I can tell you about my favorite subject, history in school, probably everyone's least favorite.
I thought it was skipping.
Little history on Stetson is it was founded in 1883, originally called DeLand Academy, changed to Stetson University. University in 1889 after a man named John B. Stetson, who's a famous hat manufacturer and famous for creating the cowboy hat, hence the Hatters as their mascot. Check out this awesome LU merchandise that's also up there. I know I'd want that
That's
rolling
nice.
with me through an airport. Isn't that nice?
It is.
It's so awesome.
So Shelly and Stephen Gross, parents of Lauren Gross, they're very close with Ashton Baker and her family. First, I want to ask you, how did they get so close off the court in high school?
You guys mentioned the keys to the game, and Coach Green actually wanted to add another one, and that is the bench. We know that Ashton Baker is out, which means that dynamics of a team can change at any given moment. It was a beautiful day for some baseball out here in Wrigleyville. The Chicago Cubs came out on top of the Cincinnati Reds with a final score of 3-2. Of course, your usual playmakers, Javi Baez, Wilson Contreras, Anthony Rizzo, all came out with the bats today. Liberty Flames have 7 new players coming out on the court this season, 5 freshmen and the 2 transfer redshirts, Rhea Gully and Emily Lytle, which means that practices leading up to this point have been more than competitive. Coach Kerry Green says that due to the fact that his roster is mostly underclassmen, the youngins have to step it up in order for them to remain competitive, especially as they face these new teams in the ASUN Conference. Brett?